Yeah, hello. Today I want to talk a little bit about people who don't use their turn signals or don't use them properly. For the 4 or 5 people out there who actually do know how to do it, you don't have to endure this. So first let's talk about types of people who don't use their turn signals at all. The first one that comes to mind are BMW drivers. And there's a couple of reasons for that. You know, BMWs are the road car, and these race boys like to do the drifting and they like to do the driving and shooting around town, and they're really hot sport cars. They really don't have time to reach for that turn signal when they drift around the right corner there. So, you know, takes their hand off the steering wheel and their dedicated race boy mind. Race cars don't have turn signals, so they forget they have them. And then there are the people who can't afford Rolls Royces or Bentleys, so they buy a BMW, but they want to lower their monthly payment. And little do most people know who don't own BMWs, you have the option for a turn signal delete off your car. That'll save you $200 a month in car payments. So some BMWs don't even have turn signals. And another group that don't use their turn signals are the people who drive Jeeps. And let's face it, all Jeep owners have a dream of being out on the trails and in the woods or in the desert, and you don't signal your intentions on the trail. So when they're driving to work to their cubicle job downtown, they're daydreaming about being on the trail. So they kind of forget that they're not on the trail, and they like to change lanes and run into people and almost smack them from the back when the light turns red. There's no red lights on the trail. So that's one group of people that often don't use their turn signals. And then what's another? Oh, another one. The people who drive, what's the electric car? You know, that really famous? Yeah, the Tesla. And the reason why Tesla people don't use their turn signal is because every time the light blinks, they lose 5 miles of range. So if they were going downtown and changing lanes and turning left, turning right, and using their turn signals every time, they might not quite make it to work. So they have to conserve their electricity. And for the final types of people I notice that don't use their turn signal, I'll have to demonstrate here in the car. Another group of people that tend not to use their turn signals are the gangsters. The ones who have a bench warrant out for them. They don't want the cops to notice who they are, or they don't want rival gangs to notice who they are. But they always have these face and neck tattoos that are unique to them, and they can be distinguished with those tattoos. So they really have to hide. They have to take a lot of time to make sure they don't get recognized by the police or the rival gang. So they have to drive like this, see? They're always driving like this everywhere they go, as far back as possible, and still barely reach the steering wheel. And when you're driving like this, you can't quite get to the turn signal. It's impossible. So that's another group of people who don't use their turn signals. Another group of people who do use their turn signals are the most frustrating and hard to understand of them all. What they'll do is they'll go down the road, they'll change lanes, don't use their turn signal. They get into the left turn lane, still not using their turn signal. They get to the red light, still no turn signal. But then the left turn arrow goes on, they turn on their turn signal and turn left, as if they were taught you can't possibly turn your car unless the turn signal's on. They have no intention to give you an indication of their intention. They just learn and think by rote. They have no analytical skills whatsoever, and they They were just told somehow you must turn on your turn signals someday, but never at the appropriate time. And now for my last group of people who use their turn signals incorrectly are Asian women on the freeway. They're in the right lane. They got the right turn signal on. You're thinking, yeah, she's going to be taking the right exit off the freeway. No, that's not what she's trying to tell you. She's trying to tell you, please, everyone behind me, stay to my right, because I'm going to shoot all the way across 4 lanes and get all the way to the left turn.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lanes? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
So that's what she's trying to tell you. People behind me, get behind me, stay to my right, because I'm going to shoot over there to the left turn lane. And then the last group of people, which I'm included in this one, I'm hard of hearing, and I can't hear my toot, 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 toot in some of my cars. And so when I make a left turn, let's say, I've already turned my turn signal on, signaling my change to the lane. My turn signal's all the way on my left turn lane. But the turn is not a 90-degree turn, it's a 120-degree turn. So when I get done turning, the cancel cam doesn't engage and my turn signal remains on. So I'll be driving down the road with my left turn signal on until I have to turn right. And then you hear a click, click, double click, and then I'm going to change to the right lane. So I'm guilty too sometimes. So anyway, I hope you had fun. I hope I offended as many people as possible. I know I didn't include everybody, but maybe in the future I can think of 4 more other ethnic groups I can make fun of. So, or political bent type people who are bent politically. All right, I'll see you later.